Hello everybody, it's me Laura again. Today I'd like to warmly welcome you to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck unboxing. So in this video today I will be going through the 50 cards in this deck and going through the descriptions and details of each card for you. So this deck is a little bit similar to the one I unboxed last time. This is the Kaiser Reloaded starter deck. So if you were a fan from the original cards and series, you will probably see some cards that are familiar to you from then. So feel free to sit back and relax as I go through this deck. Okay. I was unsure as to whether I should open this off camera or not, but I figured I could try and incorporate it this time. So this is the first time that I am seeing the cards, so it'll be interesting to see which ones are included in this one. Before I begin, if you would like to see any of the other Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck unboxings I've done, I will leave a link to them in the description for you. Okay, so let's begin. Our first card is Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is a light type with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stars. Dragon. This legendary dragon is a powerful engine of destruction. Virtually invincible, very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale. This has an attack of 3,000 with a defense of 2,500. And we have another version. Our next card is Aqua Maid. This is a water type with 4 stars. Spellcaster. A wizard of the waters that conjures a liquid wall to crush any enemies that oppose him. This has an attack of 1,200 and a defense of 2,000. Our next card is Legend, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Fiend. A genie of the lamp that is at the beck and call of its master. This has an attack of 1,800 and a defense of 1,000. Our next card is Battle Ox. This is an earth type with 4 stars. Beast Warrior. A monster with tremendous power, it destroys enemies with a swing of its axe. This has an attack of 1,700 and a defense of 1,000. Our next card is Opticlops. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Fiend. A one-eyed giant that serves the dark ruler Hades. It skewers its enemies with its sharp horn, shattering them to pieces. This has an attack of 1,800 and a defense of 1,700. Our next card is the Dragon Dwelling in the Cave. This is a wind type with 4 stars. Dragon, a huge dragon dwelling in a cave. It is horrible when it gets angry, although it is usually quiet. It is said to preserve certain treasures. This has an attack of 1,300 and a defense of 2,000. Our next card is Luster Dragon. This is a wind type with 4 stars. Dragon, a very beautiful dragon covered with sapphire. It does not like fights, but has incredibly high attack power. This has an attack of 1,900 and a defense of 1,600. Our next card is X-Head Cannon. This is a light type with 4 stars. Machine, a monster with a mighty cannon barrel. It is able to integrate its attacks. It attacks in many ways by combining and separating with other monsters. This has an attack of 1,800 and a defense of 1,500. Our next card is Mad Dog of Darkness. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Beast. He used to be a normal dog who played around in a park, but was corrupted by the powers of darkness. This has an attack of 1,900 and a defense of 1,400. Our next card is Vorse Raider. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Beast Warrior. This wicked beast warrior does every horrid thing imaginable and loves it. His axe bears the marks of his countless victims. This has an attack of 1,900 and a defense of 1,200. Our next card is Alexandrite Dragon. This is a light type with 4 stars. Dragon. Many of the Tsar's lost jewels can be found in the scales of this priceless dragon. Its creator remains a mystery, along with how they acquired the imperial treasures. But whosoever finds this dragon has hit the jackpot, whether they know it or not. This has an attack of 2,000 and a defense of 100. Our next card is Wartail Dragon. This is a light type with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. Dragon. Capable of indefinite flight. Attacks by wrapping its body with electricity and ramming into opponents. Important. Capturing the Wartail Dragon is forbidden by the ancient rules and is a level 6 offense, the minimum sentence for which is imprisonment for no less than 2,500 heliocycles. This has an attack of 2,500 and a defense of 1,000. Our next card is Twin-Headed Behemoth. This is a wind type with 3 stars. Dragon, with the effect. During the end phase, if this card was destroyed on the field and sent to the graveyard this turn, special summon it from the graveyard and make its attack and defense 1,000. You can only use the effect of Twin-Headed Behemoth once per duel. This has an attack of 1,500 and a defense of 1,200. Our next card is Yomi Ship. This is a water type with 3 stars. Aqua, with the effect. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy the card that destroyed this card. This has an attack of 800 and a defense of 1400. Our next card is Des Feral Imp. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Reptile with the effect Flip. Target one card in your graveyard, shuffle that target into the deck. This has an attack of 1600 and a defense of 1800. Our next card is Kaiser Seahorse. This is a light with 4 stars. Sea Serpent with the effect. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a light monster. This has an attack of 1700 and a defense of 1650. And we have another Kaiser Seahorse. Our next card is Chaos Necromancer. This is a dark with 1 star. Fiend with the effect. The attack of this card is the number of monster cards in your graveyard times by 300. This has an attack of 0 and a defense of 0. Our next card is Blade Knight. This is a light type with 4 stars. Warrior with the effect. While you have 1 or less cards in your hand, this card gains 400 attack. If you control no other monsters, negate the effects of flip effect monsters destroyed by battle with this card. This has an attack of 1600 and a defense of 1000. Our next card is Horace, the Black Flame Dragon, level 4. This is a fire with 4 stars. Dragon with the effect. Control of this face-up card cannot switch. During the end phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle this turn, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Horace the Black Flame Dragon level 6 from your hand or deck. This has an attack of 1600 and a defense of 1000. Our next card is Horace the Black Flame Dragon level 6. This is a fire type with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. Dragon with the effect. This card is unaffected by spell effects. During the end phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle this turn, you can send this face-up card to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Horace the Black Flame Dragon level 8 from your hand or deck. This has an attack of 2300 and a defense of 1600. Our next card is Cybernetic Cyclopean. This is an earth with 4 stars. Beast Warrior with the effect. While you have no cards in your hand, this card gains 1000 attack. This has an attack of 1400 and a defense of 200. Our next card is Puppet Plant. This is an earth with 3 stars. Plant with the effect. You can discard this card to the graveyard, then target 1 warrior or spellcaster type monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target until the end phase. This has an attack of 1000 and a defense of 1000. Our next card is Des Mosquito. This is a dark type with 3 stars. Insect with the effect, when this card is normal or special summoned, place 2 counters on it. It gains 500 attack for each of these counters. If this card would be destroyed by battle, remove one of these counters instead. This has an attack of 500 and a defense of 500. Our next card is Tiger Dragon. This is an earth type with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. Dragon with the effect, when this card is tribute summoned by tributing a dragon type monster, you can target up to 2 face down spell or trap cards your opponent controls. Destroy those targets. This has an attack of 2,400 and a defense of 1,800. Our next card is Vanguard of the Dragon. This is an earth type with 4 stars. Dragon with the effect, you can send 1 dragon type monster from your hand to the graveyard. This card gains 300 attack. When this card you control is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can target 1 dragon type normal monster in either player's graveyard. Special summon that target. This has an attack of 1,700 and a defense of 1,300. Our next card is Divine Dragon Apocryph. This is a dark type with 4 stars. Dragon with the effect, once per turn you can discard 1 card, then target 1 dragon type monster in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. This has an attack of 1,000 and a defense of 1,500. Our next card is Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon. This is a dark type with 5 stars. Dragon with the effect, if a monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. This is an attack of 2,200 and a defense of 1,100. And now we're going to move on to the spell cards. Our first card is Dark Hole. Destroy all monsters on the field. Our next card is Soul Exchange. Target 1 monster your opponent controls. This turn, if you tribute a monster, you must tribute that monster as if you controlled it. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Our next card is Tribute to the Doomed. Discard 1 card, then target 1 monster on the field. Destroy it. Our next card is Rush Recklessly. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. It gains 700 attack until the end phase. Our next card is Mystical Space Typhoon. Target 1 spell or trap card on the field. Destroy that target. Our next card is Offerings to the Doomed. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Destroy that target. Also, skip your next draw phase. Our next card is Stamping Destruction. If you control a dragon-type monster, target one spell or trap card on the field. Destroy that target. And if you do, inflict 500 damage to its controller. Our next card is Enemy Controller. Activate one of these effects. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change that target's battle position. Tribute one monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of that target until the end phase. Our next card is Burst Stream of Destruction. If you control a Blue-Eyes White Dragon, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Blue-Eyes White Dragons cannot attack the turn you activate this card. Our next card is Shrink. Target one face-up monster on the field. The original attack of that monster is halved until the end phase. Our next card is Shield Crush. Target one defense position monster on the field. Destroy that target. Our next card is Silent Doom. Target one normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in face-up defense position. It cannot attack. Our next card is Dragonic Tactics. Tribute 2 Dragon-type monsters. Special summon one level 8 Dragon-type monster from your deck. Our next card is Shard of Greed. Each time you draw a card for your normal draw in your draw phase, place one greed counter on this card. You can send this card with 2 or more greed counters to the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. And now we're going to be moving on to the trap cards. Our first trap is Trap Hole. When your opponent normal or flip summons one monster with 1000 or more attack, target that monster, destroy that target. Our next card is Sakuretsu Armor. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster. Destroy that target. Our next card is Shadow Spell. Activate this card by targeting one face-up monster your opponent controls. It loses 700 attack. Also, it cannot attack or change its battle position. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. Our next card is Widespread Ruin. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy the attack position monster your opponent controls with the highest attack. Your choice if tied. Our next card is Threatening Roar. Your opponent cannot declare an attack this turn. Our next card is Birthright. Activate this card by targeting one normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in face-up attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. When that monster leaves the field, destroy this card. And our last card is Damage Gate. When you take battle damage, target one monster in your graveyard with attack less than or equal to the amount of damage you took. Special summon that target. So, that is all of the cards included in the Kyber Reloaded starter deck today. I hope that you found this relaxing. And if you would like to see my other Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck unboxings, I will leave a link to them in the description for you. So, take care everybody,